Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me get me coffee. And we will throw some cards. Okay. Why? I've only been on for a minute, really. It's not real life. It feels like it's longer. Before I start, I just want to find out if you guys can hear me, if it's, I almost said fluttering. Audio is good for now. Thanks. Thanks for letting me know. All right. That works. Let's see. Today is what? The 17th. Okay. Okay. Flights. Hold on. Flights Saturday to the 21st to the next Sunday. We could. That would be awesome. Let me know. All right. Booking trips. Booking trips. Okay. It is 16th, 17th. Good morning. Good morning. Today's Wednesday. Let's just see what we're working with. Let's just see what energies we're working with. Sorry, my left wrist is not working. Ow. Just the fiber kicking in today. Lovely. Yeah, I agree. It's definitely a tough one. It's one of those things where I want to put socks on. It's just everything on the news lately. It's just, I'm just don't even know what to say. The more, I think the more we follow the news, I think it's worse for us. Well, not that it's worse for us, but like these are all strategically planned. And you know how they're starting to piece, what I heard, and I'm not positive, but what I heard, they're starting to piece together like attacks, different countries, certain times, this and that. Do you remember I did a reading a few months ago? Maybe 6 months tops. And I've been saying it where it's like green light, go. I don't know if you guys remember that. And people are gonna do shit like that. And that's exactly what it pulled me to. And I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. It is sickening. It is sad. But I think because I've already knew that this was kind of going to go down that way, it's just not shocking to me. It's, again, sad and unfortunate. And why wouldn't you tag it, Australia? You know, it's a good place to fucking tag it. We don't got to worry about being shot down either. It's probably not the first one. It's probably not going to be the last one until that gets situated. You know? You create your safety, guys. You create your safety. All right. Let's see what we're looking at for current energies. Yeah, it's going to be hard looking abroad. That's for sure. All right. The devil made an appearance in the last couple reads too. It could be fear. It doesn't really look like addiction. I am hearing obsession. What else? What else? All right, before you had the Tower and then the Sun. I like the whole, I almost used all major arcanas too. The Devil, the Sun, Son of Earth. I can see clearly now. The sun is gone, the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. The Son of Pentacles is starting something new. It typically is grounded. Could be a new job. I'm getting a manifestation with the Sun, and the Magician has been out. And I know sometimes when the Magician and the Devil out in the same read, it's like, oh, But I do, let's get one more before I clarify. All right, defeated. It's the Five of Swords. It's, you're seeing something very clearly here. Misled, being I can see clearly now the rain is gone. No obstacles in the way. If this is fear, with the devil, because the cards are still trying to talk to me. Let's just see. Tell me about the devil. What do you want us to know about the devil, please? Six of Wands. That could be ego. Three of Swords with grief. One more for the devil, please. Ace of Wands. This looks like excitement and victory, but with the devil being there, I mean, again, it's like fear. You're not going to win the race, or you're not going to make the whole length of the marathon, or just got pulled to the Boston bombing, marathon bombing. East alpaca. Alpacas are an animal. East alpaca. There's definitely something with war, guns. East alpaca. I mean, is that even a thing? East alpaca. Is East alpaca a state, or is it in another country? I mean, I don't even know how to word that. It's not a state or a country. It's LLC, llamas, alpacas, southeast of England. These animals, alpacas, are domesticated species, South American, native to the Andes Mountains, region of Peru, Bolivia, and Chile. I have no idea what this alpaca message will be, what is for you. Spiritual meaning of an alpaca. Patience, adaptability, and protection. Trust your intuition and protect ourselves from challenging situations. But there is, I mean, East alpaca, like there is something here to the like East. I know the Middle East came in the other day, but tell me about the sun. I can't quite tell you what that is yet. I get with all the cards together, I'd say, oh hell no, but let's see. The sun, please. Tell me about the sun, please. East LA, maybe something in California. Equilibrium. That was the Lovers, the Moon, and the Lovers. So this is like Two of Swords, needing to make a decision. Got a lot of air on the board in regards to energies. The energies I'm trying to vibe. It's almost like having your back turned, but the two of you are there. It is needing to make a decision, but it's almost like you would think it'd be an easy decision with the sun being right there, the daughter of fire. Good morning. interference. Could be communication. Tell me about this daughter of fire, please. Despair. Eight of Cups. So it's like a woman walked away here. You know, I want to say you guys had the daughter and son coming in as pages in another read too. I don't know if somebody made it clear they were walking away from a certain situation. It could have felt toxic. You could feel like there's ego involved or manipulation, especially with the Five of Swords here. Whatever this is doesn't bring balance with the sun. And the sun's usually the happiest card in the deck. But with this energy, it's like being undecisive, but yet still walking a different path. I don't know if by any chance, like if you guys can notice the depiction on these cards, you know, they really are trying to say something to you here. It's like being able to see through cards. The depiction, that is. Tell me about the Son of Earth real quick. Truce. Four of Swords. I mean, you guys are in Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy for sure. Maybe the two of you want a truce, somebody else wants a truce. The Fool. Tell me about Page of Earth, please. Oh, there's Four of Swords. You know, contemplating, really not doing much. Judgment, Father of Air. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, like I said. Making a judgment call, or they made a judgment call, or they want to call some type of truce. What is this Five of Swords here? Okay, so what is this Five of Swords? I mean, this could just be somebody who wants to win somebody over too. But then you have the Daughter of Air. So Three of Swords, Temperance. Tell me about this Four of Wands, please. You got the Tower and the Four of Pentacles. So it's like, my other alarm's going off. So it's like holding back until the Tower, something with the Tower. I don't think your best advice would be holding back when you can start something new. Oh my god. Do you hear the alarm? Alright, it's this one. What the fuck? Volume's down so low. Tell me about the Son of Earth, please. The Chariot. Look at all this major arcana. Tell me about the Sun, please. Tell me about the Sun. So again, it's like something's out of your hands. It's 4 swords again. So it's like a lamb, but look at it. It's got the sun next to the sun. It's like taking a rest, taking a break. You know, taking in certain energies, peace, I'm hearing tranquility, resting, laying in the sun. And that would be nice if any of you guys can lay in the sun wherever you are. Keep me in your thoughts. Okay. But we also have the Ten of Swords. Like being put through the ringer, okay? Tell me about this Devil real quick, please. This is energy you kind of have to break with the Devil. Tell me about the Devil. Oh, it's just the Devil. Son of Swords. Tell me about the Devil. Tell me about the Devil. There's got to be something. It doesn't even... It could be temptation, but it doesn't really look like temptation. The Eight of Cups, Son of Wands... So it's like you have a feminine over here that walked away. You have a masculine over here that walked away. You got holding back twice. You have Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. It's like not making a decision leads this one. I mean, there's clarity. There's happiness. It's almost like it can have a good outcome. But this energy also walked away from this energy, but it also looks like this energy wants to walk back here with the Chariot and move something forward and making a judgment call. Could it be shocking? Yeah, but somebody here just feels defeated. I just got pulled to my fish again. I moved my Oscars in the other tank because they were getting picked on. And I do have my Oscars in a community tank. Here we go at fish again. Didn't I just say that? And I knew, and then I put my Severums in the big tank. I knew that, can I bring that in at all? Oh. Yes, this is a free reading. I'm not done reading, but I got pulled to my fish. And I have Jack in that tank. And I put my 2 Oscars in there. And I am just praying they're not going to eat Jack. They're not chasing the other fish. They are with my koi in the community tank with my plecos and my acaras. but I'm worried about Jack and Diane, Jack. So maybe you're worried about someone here, or somebody's worried about you. The Severums are loving the other tank. These Oscars, I got my pajamas on, but these Oscars were getting picked on by my flower horn. Hi, Jack. I was just checking on you. I was just checking on you, buddy. How are you guys? All happy and free, huh? So I have my Severums in this tank now, and they're very happy. And I know putting Severums, I know putting Oscars with like koi and freshwater fish, not yeah, I don't know. I was worried about the Oscars. I put them in there. They're as happy as can be. I keep my fish well fed, so there's no reason for them to go after any other fish. They will if they really want to, but I'm just not worried about those two Oscars. They're like puppy dogs. They really are. I should get on with my tanks so you guys can check out the fishies. I can I don't think you can see the other one where I put the Severums. Maybe you can. Hold on. Maybe you can. So they're in there. So now I have the 5 Severum in there. And I'm telling you, like when Oscars are happy, they're swimming around, they're active. They've been being, I want to say, kind of picked on by Raz, because Raz is just like the bully of all of them, but not destructive, but a bully. Like, if Raz can bully you, maybe someone's being bullied, but if Raz could bully you, he will continue to bully you. If you stand up to him a few times, he's not going to mess with you. Like, he doesn't mess. Yeah, these are freshwater fish. He won't he won't mess with the convicts that are little, Convicts are one of my favorite, but they are harsh. Do we have the 8 of Swords here? Do we have the 8 of Swords? No. Alright, I'm stuck in jail. So needless to say, they're in there. I'm hoping they don't hurt Jack, but Jack's too little to go in the other tank. Yeah, I can look into work for you too. Let's wrap this one up. The Devil twice, the Chariot, Judgment, the Sun, Tower. This is good because it's moving forward. It's making a judgment call to move forward. And it can be like a truce. Right now, there might be a resting time. It's almost like two people who walked away from each other are sad. But then, like, you have karmic energy here too with the Tower and the Devil and Judgment. I'm hearing one's demise is one's rise. I'm hearing touche, Padre. Touche, Padre. And that's the first time I heard touche, Padre. And I watched a movie last night on Netflix. I will tell you the name of the movie. It actually says mystery, but I didn't see, let me go into Chicklins. I didn't see the mystery underneath. It says, Wake Up Dead Man, Knives Out Mystery. But I didn't notice that when I went to go watch it. Because if you're just watching the preview for that movie, it's nothing like the movie. I found that odd, and it's so almost like deceiving. So some things here is like deceiving. It's not what you think it is, but maybe you're thinking it is what it is. Somebody else is thinking it is what it is. Somewhere it's not what it is, though. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. But it's like still going through the ringer. You could feel like by walking away from a certain energy here, like you won. But I really don't think so. I think this is more fear. What is this devil, please? You got apology, gossip. What is this devil, please? Anything about this devil? Love affair, dirty little secret. I do think some of you are definitely a secret too. Doesn't look like anything has been exposed. There's probably a lot of questioning here. Dirty little secret, sex fix, down low. This must be temptation or a seduction. For those in regards to work, there is something coming up for you guys. So I'm glad that just came out because I do want to do a quick work reading for you. I guess it doesn't have to be quick, so I don't know what the message is there. Again, like, I just can't, hold on. Just can't get enough. I think about you every night and day. I'm addicted and I just can't get enough. Just can't get enough. Okay. I don't know if this is like a scary win. This situation scares the shit out of you. I don't know if somebody was just pondering a situation. It's like, okay, I'm walking away from this, but it's like both energies, the Daughter of Wands and the Son of Pentacles, those are individual energies that start something new compared to like a king, somebody who's been doing something for a while or something like that. But you also have the Daughter of Air over here too. So I don't know if there's two women. I wouldn't really worry about that. What's meant for you is meant for you. Does it take a while for things to get like situated, XYZ? Yeah. Well, I'm hearing no, not necessarily. But yeah, because it could just be like overthinking or complicated, but doesn't need to be complicated. Somebody did lie here. I don't know if somebody told somebody that they weren't sleeping together, if this is a situation where you slept with somebody, maybe somebody had a boyfriend, a girlfriend. There could have just been a random hookup here. but whatever it is made you want to walk away from someone, the right person, the wrong person. I think you really need to listen to your intuition. I think you're making mental decisions versus intuitive ones. Tell me about, I was going to say judgment. You got legal. You got waves, emotions, worry, fear, lawyers, court, paperwork. So there is something here with court going on too. It seems to be under the table, though. It's not really coming to light. Now, if this is global, because I've been talking about global stuff, like you're going to see global stuff all through the weekend, sure as shit. There was a couple horrific tragedies. I'm getting pulled to the Australian fires. There is something legal coming up, or there's still something legal here that needs to be unlegalized. I don't know if somebody went into business together here. This, the father of air, I can look at as a lawyer. If this is work, if this, I wanted to start with health. We kind of did like you and another energy, you and this person, however you want to look at it. You, when it comes to your health, I do see that getting better. You might have some decisions to make in regards to what's best for you. This could just be mental health. This could be speaking with a therapist. This could be things. I will tell you, this legal situation, and it doesn't look like a marriage to me, guys. This is more like, again, it's emotional. So there's some type of legal tie, like a house, possibly, children, but I'm not reading these energies as children. And then with the Five of Swords, it's nobody wins. Be holding yourself back, nobody wins. There could be stability here, but nobody wins if people aren't coming to terms with something. I want to find out what's going on with this court thing. And it doesn't even have to be court. It's just something, it's a tie to someone's tied to something or someone here that's not healthy, and it's or you need to get out of. You need to make a judgment call and get out of this. Maybe you're worried to make a judgment call here because it can hurt other people. If you're the authority figure, you don't even have to wear a badge like that. I'm not even badge, whatever there's so many authority figures, right? But I just got pulled to fireman, but then I'm getting pulled to 9/11. Yeah, so there's some shit that's about to go down. I'm going to have to do that on my other page. Did I shuffle this? Teddy bear. Interested in you, blooming romance, wanting to date. This is somebody who wants to move something forward with you, but there's still a legal tie. Unconditional love, wholeness, affection. You could have an air sign here too, or a feminine that's going to blow up this week. But it's lies, it's anger. Tell me about this Daughter of Swords, because this Daughter of Swords is like a feminine that is like cutthroat, mask, hiding true feelings, gaslighting, pretending, deluding. So this is somebody maybe avoiding. So they must be looking at you as like the Queen of Swords. And I'm getting pulled to my other deck with the Queen of Swords, my black and white one. Chromatic deck. I haven't used that in a while, but my Queen of Swords with the head. And then I have to bust out some new cards for us. Bust down, Tatiana. Bust down, bust down, Tatiana. Isn't that a song? Wasn't that a song? I definitely want to know what Spirit's thinking about a situation here. Here's my deck. It's one of my favorites. Where are you? Where are you? I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles and mountains. Okay. Well, I'm not going to go that crazy looking. But we catch the drift here, right? This could be somebody not wanting to give somebody. Okay. Let's figure out what this is, this woman. Let's see if this is a good energy or a not so good energy. I didn't even clarify the sun yet. Tell me about the sun, please. Boundaries, disrespectful, enough's enough, defending yourself. Okay, so that alone is what I was just talking about over here in a sense. This changed the whole read. Not that the story is not your story, not your situation, but it changes the read in the sense of it's like you had to make a choice, but you're still in the middle of making a choice. So this is tell me about boundaries. So this is complicated too. Boundaries. I just saw old X. So there is an X here. So maybe this is the section that has to do with this, and this is more kosher, even though it's rough. Burnt bridges, lack of trust, disloyal. Oh, one more. Possibilities, follow your dreams, make up your mind. Yeah, see, like I said, the mind's not quite made up yet. Today, good vibes now, being in the moment. So someone's got some boundaries up in regards to something. I'm hearing you gotta chill, like woosah, like you. I don't know. There's something strange. Intimacy, mutual respect, unity, closeness. This is a smorgasbord of shit. There could be a love affair at work that's interfering. You could have people sleeping together at work. Improving health, and I was just about to go back to health. I literally just said it in my head as that card came out. I should have went to health and I went to work. Why do I keep leaving health out of this? Guys, some of you, this could lead to destruction or depression. The more you hold back when you know you can have a stable situation, but you're holding back, then that's on you. If it's another scenario where it's like somebody holding on and holding back. Just, I don't know if that Tower is revenge. What is this Tower? So I think people are neglecting their health right now. Tension, stressed out, yeah, see? You need to know your health is very, very important right now. Because if you're the Four of Pentacles, that's not improving health-wise. You don't want to make it to the 5, which means you must have skipped the 3, so something's not working, especially if you're starting a new medication. I don't want to freak anybody out, but did you do your research? Did you, do you need the medication? I mean, sometimes when you're really stuck, the doctors will convince you, and then you start to convince yourself. But then there's other times where you just know it's just too much. It's affecting somebody's health, and they know it. And if they don't know it, they're gonna get ran down, in the sense of they're gonna catch a cold, they're gonna get sick, they're gonna get laid out if the right decisions aren't made. Or you're making decisions here because it's not good for your health. That's like a toxic workplace, but you stay because the money's there. But ultimately, until it's ding, ding, or you find another job. I actually know somebody in that situation, and it's hard, but it's you take your work home, you take the drama home, you take this because they were involved in that. It's tough, right? And sometimes you're going to make that move, and then other times, if you don't make that move, it's just going to go down anyway. You could have a boss that's an asshole, a trickster. I'm getting pulls on my raccoon. I don't know where my raccoon, I don't know what deck that is, though. So if you continue to work on your health and let go, in the sense of there is something here you do have to let go of. I can feel it. It's over here somewhere. What needs to be let go of? Well, this really wouldn't be I'm gonna have to interpret this. Yeah, so in order to create, you gotta let go of something. There's something toxic here with the other spider with the 5 of Swords. Because the spider, she weaves her webs, beautiful webs. It's like Charlotte, right? Just learned so much about webs and spiders. But you are going to be defeated because you're not creating. So if you're holding yourself back from creating, stepping into new energy, speaking up, going a new direction, anything like that, if there's no determination, you're going to have a really, really hard time here. A really hard time. If you stay in this energy for too long. Now, when it comes to this type of creation, I'm going to get you a positive vibe, unless it wants to speak differently. Tell me about creation. Best advice. I did see Soar. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I know I got to talk to all my cats. I'm sorry. You've been neglected. Tell me about create. Holy shit, you can't make this shit up. Tell me about the devil, you got the devil. Tell me about create, you got create. You're being asked to connect with your creative side and whether it feels best. And whatever, okay, yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. You're being asked to connect with your creative side in whatever way feels best. This part of you needs extra attention right now. It needs to be expressed in a bigger way. So the more somebody sits on something here and waits for time to tick, I mean, depression, there's so many things here that can put you in this energy. And I know this is not the energy you want. This is not the energy that was intended. It's not the energy that you thought would be around you. It's not, it's a lot. And again, the holidays, I'm not seeing the holidays here. It's just that time of year. I believe the most suicidal rates are December and January. I believe it's December. I could be wrong. Hey, Siri. Which month is the highest suicide rate?
Okay, I found this on the web. For which month is the highest suicide rate? Check it out.
Spring suicide. Suicides don't spike at holiday season. I know they do. I've looked at the statistics plenty of times. Which month has the most suicides? Late spring, early summer. Spring and summer, guys. Years ago, it used to be around the holidays. September is the prevention month. What date of the year has been most suicides? Mondays and New Year's Eve. All right, so that it's telling you something. It's like a clock, guys. It's like a calendar, right? Like you think depression, anxiety, and substance problems. So if something is here that's left untreated, maybe you do want to find more of a creative way to find your way out of it versus medications. Or maybe this is something where, you possibly may need a medication, but I don't think so. It's like you can climb your way out. You climb your way in, you can climb your way out. It might feel impossible or like just defeated. But if this is something like you unconditionally love, a project, a job, or you give a lot to your job, selflessness, it's going to get the best of you this month. Okay, so we are talking about months, and it is December. And I could see spring and summer because it's like, oh, the happy weather, but then it's like that person's not happy, or they don't have friends, or their job sucks, or they never have time to get outside. There's just got to be something here in regards to, I'm not saying anyone's going to commit suicide here, but I don't want anybody to get this either. And I can't believe I said that out loud. I used to have an 800 number at the bottom of my caption. I can put it in the read. Hey Siri, what's the suicide prevention phone number?
I wasn't able to find a phone number. Would you like me to search the web for you?
Yes. Okay, you can either text 988 or call. Okay. Call 988 or text 988. Lifeline. Okay. there's always people to talk to. Hold on, maybe somebody you know, when some people get to a certain 988, okay, call, text is a lifeline. Maybe you don't have access to something. Because I mean, if I will tell you, Spirit saying the health is improving, but there's just energy here where it's like suppressed or repressed, whichever one it is for you, or if there is drugs, if there is something involved. Like, I don't see a bright side of that right now. I hate to say that. Addiction sucks. Any advice for improving health, please? Healing. Your body, mind, and soul are in a period of deep healing right now. You're going through many transformations at once. You're being asked to allow yourself to receive the healing you need with open arms and an open heart. So this could be a denial. Whatever this is definitely somebody on the struggle bus, whether you see it or not, or whether you're hiding this. I apologize. I do have to pee, and I do have to mute you because the bathroom's right around the corner. Isn't she lovely? Look, what am I just had to open new toilet paper. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, how is that even a thing? Okay. We now have toilet paper on the desk. Whatever floats your boat. So this healing health-wise is extremely, extremely important. Let me just make sure there's nothing toxic. Well, there is toxicity here, obviously, right? But divine timing, codependency. It could be somebody stuck on somebody else. Whatever this is not, it is, you could be creating this. Your mind and body and soul could be creating this as escapism. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking will bring faith. will bring you romance. So this doesn't look like I'm done with love. I'm done. I mean, I'm done with this. I'm done with that. I'm done with, but like this is like saying you got to think positive about the situation you're in, or not think about it at all and think positively when it comes to something else. One more for staying optimistic. Because if this is really like a love situation, this is not love, guys. This is karmic. Let go of control issues. Allow this to unfold naturally. You could be trying to control this situation in the sense of, I know what's best for me, but do you? Because you're also in the midst of trying to heal in this energy. If you created this energy, you created toxic energy in the sense of not necessarily letting something linger, but stuff that lingers is never healthy. And you have the Four of Swords here twice. That's a lingering card. If you ask me, it's not really doing much. It could be you laying back, but like this could be you in bed, not wanting to get out of bed. You made a decision, but you weren't sure about your decision, or you did make a decision and you were sure that you wanted to go in another direction, because this spider can come in twice. It's just like good energy, not great energy. Sometimes the Five of Swords is winning, but are you winning at all cost here? Like, is this worth it? So some of you is probably a no, and you're doing the right thing by stepping out of it. Can we get any more messages in regards to health and spirit? Clarikinesis. Notice your current physical and emotional feelings as they significantly divined guidance. So again, it's your physical and emotional situation you have here, and it's basically clarikinesis. Clarikinesis. Hey Siri. The meaning of clarikinesis.
The word classis means a class or order, sword or gun.
There's like 7 C's or 5 C's. A psychic ability to perceive emotions, energies, or psychic information beyond the 5 normal senses, often felt with physical sensations, strong gut feeling, or absorbing others' emotions. So it's like an empathic connection, an intuitive knowing. So maybe these aren't your feelings, guys. These are it's like an empath. We all have that ability, but there's so much more that goes on behind the word clarikinesis. Besides that. So again, this could be a situation emotionally and mentally that is affecting your health, and it's got to change, whether it's work, love, friendships, health. The only way out of this is to take yourself out of it. And it does look like that's what some people are trying to do, but then there's all this other energy around that's getting the best of you. You might want to, cleanse yourself, cleanse your area. I'd really cleanse yourself. I actually was laying in bed last night and I said, wow, it's been a while since I actually went to bed with one of my crystals. I just didn't want to get up. So hang in there health-wise, because it does look like it's improving, but it doesn't look good, okay? And this looks like it can get a lot worse if you don't find your way out of this situation. So when we go to work, okay, let's try to step out of health, but when we go to work, there, it is something. Tell me about Taurus and Isis. I'm saying that wrong. It's driving me nuts. New love. A new person stirs your romantic feelings. Okay, so you're going to have new love. I don't know if this is fear and how you've been hurt and you put up boundaries. And sometimes, like when boundaries get put up in new situations, I'm hearing appalling. But when boundaries get put up in new situations, sometimes that's the worst thing you can do because it leads to shutting down. Either that situation on your end or their end. It's like someone doesn't want to make a decision here. So somebody else did. And it could have been to heal a certain situation, but this wasn't the way to do it. So someone went about it possibly the wrong way. This to me could possibly be fear. What is this new love? Because this is kind of saying you damned if I do, damned if I don't. Celebrate. You're being asked to celebrate recent accomplishments, no matter how big or small. Do something special to communicate the moment. You deserve that and so much more. So you have a person coming in. It could be a friend. It could be an animal. It could be a guide. It could be a loved one from the other side. They're going to make sure something goes about something the right way in maybe divine order, but it's here. Are you both trying to control a certain situation here? Or multiple people? I think so, which is not, decisions aren't being made. And because of that, or somebody's indecisiveness caused a certain person to walk away from something because in their it's just is toxic. It's becoming very clear that, you know, the love, the feelings, the emotional connection, there's something. I don't know what words, so I'm lost at words. So somebody just is lost at words. They just don't know what to say. But somebody walked away from someone. But there's also karmics that don't know dating somebody new. I will tell you, it looks like you're going to have like this glow up. It could have been a catalytic situation too. Could it have worked out? I don't know. Because these cards are just like, what the fuck? Happen. It certainly looks like it could have, but someone had to have made a decision here to choose new. Or if there's nobody in your life, you're leaving something behind that maybe you thought you would never be able to leave behind. Now is you know, it needs to be left behind. Because you were a secret. Somebody lied about you. Somebody lied. Like, that's like somebody, like, you split up. Oh, have you been with anybody? I've had people do that to me. And it's like, I don't even know why people want that answer. But, you know, some people that have feelings for other people will still be like, no, but they did. So this is like trying to break away from a very karmic situation. And maybe you know that somebody else is in that situation. And instead of you waiting around, you empowered yourself and took yourself out of a situation here, which is now going to bring in the right type of energies. Could it be the same of coming back into your life so they don't lose you? Maybe. There's lies here. But something that was strong enough to create from. So multiple fears, maybe you're just looking at this situation as toxic and it's not, or it used to be, but it's still like coulda, shoulda, woulda, guys, right? So I do feel this new energy that is going to come in, but you do need to see your way out health-wise. It's a given. So when it comes to work, so the student's kind of like, again, you and another energy, or them and other energies, however you want to read it, with health. And this seems to be you get out of something and so work, if people can timestamp, that would be great. Here's my little dots. Why is it not working? Oh, I knew you were going to do that on me. I'm not changing it. Looks silly, but I'm not changing it. All right, work. Queen of Cups. All right, you're definitely hurt here. You could be a woman that wears your heart on the sleeve. I do feel like there might be a little manipulation here. Ten of Wands is heavy. You got somebody on your mind, but you can create from this pain. Music, some of the best musics and etc. Poetry, art comes from pain. So it's almost like take this pain and create. Hierophant. This could be a head honcho. This could be the CEO of a company. This could be a manager. I don't know if they look at you as like too emotional. Somebody whomever is here in higher power. Women can be bosses too, guys, but this Queen of Cups is actually throwing me off here. What is this? This feels like you shouldn't be working with this energy. It is causing some type of turmoil. Queen of Wands. Yeah, no, there's a woman here or two women here that's affecting work, competition. Tell me about the Queen of Wands. The Empress. Holy shit, guys. Okay. Take those this could be saying take those. Okay, so the Empress is almost like embodying all three, right? But right now you're in water and you're in fire. It'd be great. You can create something from this. The Empress creates. It could be your religion. It could be something to do with religion. It could be something that you put your heart and soul into, that you're passionate about it. Like you could see adventurous energies, something about revenue. I don't think the Hierophant, I don't think the Hierophant is holding you back, or there is an energy holding you back, but you don't need to be held back. Like, well, this is like a woman's rights things. Six of Swords is kind of like moving forward. Tell me about this Hierophant, please. Six of Swords. Didn't I just say that? One more. Eight of Cups. I don't know. Say walking away. Seven of Swords. Those lies. Okay, so there must be a personal situation going on here too at work. People are lying to you, the way they're going about it, like friends, women. If you have women bosses, watch out. They could be very sneaky. But the Hierophant with the Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups it's time to go. You got to walk away from something here. You must be trying to work on something, but what it is not bringing you happiness, or you're blaming these women, because the Hierophant can be very controlling too. It's almost like a higher up saying, like, what are you doing? Tell me about this Three of Swords. Because this is work. You just, I wouldn't even say like bent out, the death. Like it's over, even if you're still there, or you just feel like, oh my God, I can't do this. It's, I don't want, this could be political. But there is something with work here that a thought you need to walk away from. What is this Ten of Wands? And if there's women or men on your mind when it comes to this, you mentally got to take yourself out of it, or handle this situation by cutting certain situations off. You have the Six of Cups. 6-6. It's typically harmony, balance. It feels like a rebirth, something you did in the past. So this could be spiritual. Maybe you want to take a spiritual approach to something here and walk away from, you might need to walk away from like a religious group, a church, something you thought you were good with being, or it's Catholicism. Like, I grew up Catholic, but now it's like I'd rather be more of like a Christian than a fucking Catholic with shit that's going down, right? And I used to say I consider myself a Catholic, but it's like, and Spirit was like, no, I can't do that. And I struggled with that because that's the way I grew up. So there is something with faith here. Like, your faith will see you through, but there's too much going on that needs to be situated almost like in your life for things to stop flowing. Because if multiple things in your life is not flowing, say you can't get a job, or say, you keep getting the same job, or you're tight, it's something like that, but it's like, hey, I'll do it because I've done it before. It's like going on YouTube and reading my cards again and saying, all right, I don't give a fuck, I'm just going to keep reading this shit for you. No, because it's very unrealistic. And you got to be careful with readers these days, because, this, you notice how like the twin flames coming out here and this and that. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's a catalyst. It's an energy. You make your choices. You can come out of this. There can be a rebirth. You can be the queen of Cups. You can be the Queen of Wands, and you can still be the Empress. But there's lingering pain that is burdening you. And it could be linked to religion or politics or women or too much gossip here. What's this Ten of Wands, please? Because there's very heavy energy at work, whether you're aware of it or not. Nine of Pentacles, but it's like you have the confidence and the stamina to do something here. What is this face? Is it looking at us? What am I not seeing here? Okay, so again, not seeing something here. Okay, so it is kind of, it is looking this way. It's almost like it's looking at the snake. I didn't even pick up on that. So there is a snake in the grass here, guys. There is an energy here that you could be legally tied to still. And if you're not legally tied, this is fucking complicated. But I feel like it's you complicated it or somebody else complicated it. Because this talks about holding your own and being secure and moving forward and walking away from what's not working. And for some of you, it's employees, it's your boss, it's political government jobs, always fucking politics. Red Cross turned into all fucking politics. Think you're giving your blood for free? You don't. The hospital charges you $3,000 a fucking pint. Okay. It's just sad. It's not, things just aren't what they used to be, but you have to adapt here. Maybe this is saying go towards politics, go towards religion, or you have a shit ton going on, but take the pain, turn it into strength and courage to move something forward here and walk away from something. Because it's like this face is going this way too, but the hands are going that way, like, hey, stop following me. As if like there is somebody here that is a burden at work. And Two of Wands, yeah. I mean, you asked me, you definitely got to go in a different direction here. Tell me about that Eight of Cups. This could be the message of needing to create and get out of this. Ace of Swords, like the truth, moving forward, seeing the truth, hearing the truth. But I feel like it's, oh, maybe it's not the truth. The Seven of Swords just wanted to come out there. Maybe you're going to hear about the lies, the deception. Somebody fucked with somebody's work. Somebody did something at work that they lied about. Caused heartache. You know, just take your mindset out of whatever that is. Because I'm not liking that energy for you. I can see how one can get themselves out of here. But when I take what's going on between you and another energy, and then I read health, and then I get into work, suburban, then I get into work, there could be a move here too, and somebody's worried about moving. I would just move. If your life is this fucking stagnant, okay, and I don't mean to be an asshole. This is my life, okay? I'm stagnant. For years, 3 years, I've been struggling to get onto the other channel because it's very hard for me to be happy in the midst of other people's sorrows. And that's something I shouldn't have done. I should have saw it through for distraction and figured out a balance, but I didn't. Right? So whatever this is, you have to find balance or peace with something here in order to pursue something. But with the Seven of Swords being over here too, you know, lies, deceptions, again, not seeing something. Like the Ace of Swords would be saying like, okay, I see something clearly with that sun, right? But then you have the Seven of Swords in the sense of she's blindfolded and didn't see something. And mind you, these are pretty much all women except for this masculine energy, and possibly some masculine energy there too. So I don't know if this is some like woman empowerment, or this is maybe you should go on YouTube and open your own thing and empower women. You know, you could work for a women's organization or seek work at like a shelter or something where it helps you find happiness. It helps you find peace. It helps you recover. Because this is an odd fucking reading for work. I'll tell you that. I mean, some of it just doesn't even really make much sense to me. Oh, and look what's at the bottom of the deck. Shocking. Four of Pentacles. The World. Something needs to be over here. You could have went into business with somebody, and now you gotta litigations. You could have signed a contract. All I can say is that there is just fucking energy lingering, and you have to do your best to let it go. And if you're in denial, that's going to be tough too. You can put it off. But if that's the case, something will eventually come around. So I don't think you really need to worry about that. I think it's your mindset right now, and whether you convince yourself of something right or something wrong, you needed to do it to try to push through. But at the same time, if you're the feminine energy trying to push through something here, you could be sabotaging a situation. Maybe this is somebody you end up working with in the future, because this is an odd read for work. It's almost like not wanting to put your burden on anybody else too. Not the right time with the Three of Swords. So if you're looking for work, one more for the Three of Swords. Because it's always the right time. Always. But it just could be a later date. The bump in, the occurrence, the interaction, all that is definitely meant to go down that way. Trust that you're ready. So this is you doubting yourself, which came in the other day and asked people for help from others. And you did have that message in this card. This, if you're a masculine looking for work right now, I'm sorry, I really don't know how to read this for you, because this is talking about a feminine energy that's very loving and passionate and creative and like a ride or die at the end of the day. But it's heavy. It either is politics, religion, health, your own doctor, psychiatrist, something is needing to find your way out. So it's like you're holding off. But to me, this looks like you're sabotaging something. So love or this situation might come before work, but there's something about it that, hold on. Cassie was just trying to get the fish. It's so cute when she does that. I just wanted to share a moment of cuteness, but then she stopped. If you're, sorry, I got distracted, I guess. If you're sabotaging a certain situation in your life, and then you attempt to move on to the next, it might be a little harder, a little confusing. It's almost like I feel like you feel like you're gonna make the right decision here. But it's stagnant. I mean, there is lies and manipulation here. I will say, if these are your bosses or you're legally tied to somebody, a partnership, something that you need to get yourself out of or pay somebody out. I don't even see money on the board except for the Four of Pentacles. And the Empress can create. But it's the Eight of Cups. It's like you're pushing energies away. The Six of Swords, like energies that are like here for you. It's like, nah, I'm walking away. So, but to me, I don't think this is sabotage, or this is somebody that needs to walk away from like a feminine energy. But there is something here that you are ready. You got to trust. I'm going to say divine timing, to be quite honest with you, because tell me about trust. Trust yourself. Trust a certain situation, you know, because it's like this not the right timing to me is like an excuse. It's you pushing something away to work on something else. Patience. You're being asked to have patience, to practice patience right now. It's not easy to do so, but you're strong, and there's a reason why things aren't aligning in the way you want them to in this moment. Have patience. It will eventually work out. So tell me about not the right time. So this is kind of bringing me back to your mental health again. Connect. You're being asked to connect to others in meaningful ways. Sometimes it's helpful to get a new perspective and simply be around other people. You're in the need of this right now, and your deep connections will benefit you in many ways. So if you're ignoring other things in your life to just find your way back to work, you're going to fail. No, I'm sorry for that message. It's kind of discouraging, but the men will fail, the women will fail. You can be any transgender, anything you want to be. At the end of the day, it's 2 chromosomes, and that's how I continue to read. I love you all, but the government put you in this situation to choose something that was already chosen. Okay, so again, there could be something with strong opinions here, but you know, you got to take that confusion, especially if you're questioning, that confusion out. And if you don't know how to, you know, take the confusion out versus trying to work on something with somebody, then you have to cut it off. Because I do see a glow up. But I do see that there's something like in your love life too, though, that is possibly holding you back. But no, I'm hearing no. So maybe it was holding you back. But I still feel like there's a woman here holding back a masculine energy because of lies, resentment. There's something, like somebody wants to make something very difficult for somebody here. And I don't think it's just spirit. So if we take out those energies, right, and just go back to whatever this, burden is, this hurt, this pain. Stop. Tell me about the Seven of Swords here, because this could be self-sabotage, or you just know you got to turn your back here. There's women here that do not belong in your life. So unfortunately, I'm sorry that message is coming in, especially if you've been fighting with somebody or a friend, or it doesn't mean it's that particular person, but this is very clear that there is an energy around everybody right now that's not fantastic. Push and pull, love spread. Okay, one more for the Seven of Swords, please. So it's, again, like I said, push and pull. Have faith. Oh, look at Peanut Butter. Shit, I miss him so much. It's not easy. It's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything will be okay. Yet still you must do exactly that. Because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways that you never imagined. So if you're trying to block this Hierophant right now, and you feel like you're hopeless or you just want to give up, you need some type of faith here, mental motivation, mental stimulation, emotional stimulation. My battery's gonna die. I gotta plug you in. Mental stimulation. Like, you need to work on you right now. This is like going to work and just being like stressed the fuck out, if that's the case too. Like there's something here. It's like someone's gonna crash in the sense of crash and burn, or you're gonna get spirit's gonna lay you out because no one's got time for this. Well, all this craziness. You should never make time for all this craziness, right? But it's maybe you lost your faith. That's like people over the weekend. What's going on here? Must have hit something. It's like people losing faith, or these like religious cults. You know how you say quartz cult all the time? I personally feel like I have that cult persona. Lead a cult, but in a positive way, not one that's destructive, not one that puts down other people's religion, not one that puts down other people's situations. It's just, I know I have it in me. And sometimes you need to rise, you need to raise it. You got to be fearless here. Maybe the sorrow things that are going on in the world. I mean, since I started YouTube, Courtney's cult, quartz cult. But again, mine would be beneficial if I'm going back to faith. You probably just need to touch base with your spiritual beliefs, or you definitely need to touch base when it comes to something here. Tell me about the Hierophant. I believe in almost all gods, but I'm more into like mythological gods versus a Bible or scripture, because they've been around for so long, and that's the way the story's been told for so long. So that's the way people want to believe it. Like there's no room to falter from a Bible, or the Quran or whatever it is, Hinduism, it's fuck. It's just your own faith, your own belief system. No need to worry. So you could be questioning faith, ethics. Sorry, not ethic. Authenticity. Ethics. One more for the Hierophant. I don't, maybe you feel like maybe this is a relationship. Maybe somebody wants a relationship and it is, and it's unreal, or it makes you want to push away. So again, could be a little commitment phobe here, but it has a lot to do with your past that needs to be released too. Choose a direction. That's always going to help because you have that Two of Swords there, but it's almost like with the sun coming out, so yeah, there's a heavy burden here, and that Ten of Wands is right near the sun too, with the Three of Swords. Tell me about the sun. The situation will improve. God, there's external energy that's messing with your faith in decision making. Tell me about no need to worry. It's too many. Tell me about no need to worry. Be assertive. There's something better. You're going to find a way out of whatever this is for you, and a better approach. Not saying there's a better person or a better job, because that's the truth too, right? But I'm clarifying the Hierophant. Maybe believe in yourself. Have the mental capacity to believe in yourself versus a God. Like this world would be a better place if our true religion was within ourselves and our beliefs and our thoughts and our morals, how you want to live your life, or, if everybody would just believe in themselves. We don't need gods. The gods are out there to portray an idea that brings hope and faith. And faith is a beautiful thing no matter what God it is. Faith is powerful. But just remember, you yourself are more powerful than faith. And that's the truth. There's too much shit going on in this world for you not to have the right mindset right now. Clairkinesis. So here we go. It's like all the C's. Pay attention to your thoughts and ideas that come to you, because they're answered prayers. Maybe you don't want these thoughts or these ideas. Maybe you have to block out other energies because you already decided to cut them off, which was wrong for some. So this is why shit's going to get complicated. So if you're trying to work on a big fucking project right now, I suggest you give yourself a few days, a good solid 3 or 4 days, 4 days, 3 nights, 4 days of clearing your head and making the right decisions. And if you feel like you are pushing away a certain energy, make sure spirit knows, like, okay, maybe I am doing this. Consciously, it doesn't feel like that's what I'm doing, but subconsciously, I guess it is a factor that should be ruled out. But for right now, if I'm right, I'm right, and I'm good about moving on. If I'm wrong, I will see that it's not wrong. But other people, where it's like wrong in the sense I made the wrong decision, or I'm not doing, like, it can be made right. Does that mean it's everybody's mindset right now, because you're very loving, smart, passionate, creative, prosperity. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. And everyone's like, why isn't this happening? This, and that, X, Y, Z, or, it's because, are you following your dreams? Are you doing things that is right for you, or are you purposely putting them aside? Like, there's a whole smorgasbord of shenanigans, Shanghai. There's something going on here. But this is a fact, and it might take a while. I mean, when I started to get into like YouTube and I really believed in myself, truly what I was doing, I banked $100,000 that year, guys, off of YouTube, because I believed in myself. Do I believe in myself now? I'm going to go with no. And I know it's sad. And I have to find that way back. I mean, when did you think, like, I know people are going to be sad, like, oh, Court, you don't believe in yourself. It's just, I used to. I got to get it back. And it does make me sad thinking about it. But I know this is the truth. And I know this is how it works. But I have to find my way out of everything that's just going down. I did, for those who are new or just jumping on, I did have, my mother just passed away almost 7 weeks ago. Right before that, my ex-mother-in-law, that still came to family things, and we were still, close. She passed away 2 weeks prior to my mother passing away. All my kids lost both their grandmothers. My son went off to the Navy 2 weeks later, a week after my mom's funeral. It's just, I'm hearing comfort, find your faith again, because right now, and it does make me sad, I know I have these abilities, but I believe in spirit. I believe in my destiny. I believe in the charts and the planets and, mythical gods. And I mean, they've shown us the way. Why are we not believing in mythical gods that improved the world? Instead we're believing in gods that improve your mindset, but doesn't improve the world. Is turning the world, religion is turning the world to shit right now. So this is personal. This is a personal connection that you will get back. And even though I know all this, it doesn't mean I'm doing it, but I will find my way back. Like, heartbroken when Caden left, heartbroken. I mean, I never thought I'd feel that type of heartache. My son is coming back for personal reasons I can't discuss. He will be working as a civilian with naval benefits, which I think is still absolutely amazing. Something had to be done a certain way with him, because he's such an asset to the Navy. They went above and beyond with releasing him. And it was his destiny to go into the Navy. It was destiny to go into XYZ, destiny to get out. And look at all the wars that are going on in the sea right now. There's, it's never mind land combat. The sea is about to get nasty. Nasty fights, nasty fires, nasty explosions. Like, you know, but he's still very much connected to the water. He's still going to be doing stuff with the water. He's just going to be doing it in a very low key situation. And he's absolutely blessed, you know, but that broke me. It broke me. I've never felt such, I felt like a child died. Like yeah, you know, so, and my mom passing, my mother-in-law, that's hard. My kids' hearts are aching. I'm a mother. I absorb energy, you know, and it's hard to be this person when, you know, this kid wants you to do this and with that and XYZ and hey. But when your kids, when their heart breaks, you feel that shit. Hey, we're not gonna eat the babies. We're not gonna eat the babies. I just got done saying this. You're not gonna catch them. They're way too fucking quick, okay? We eat food. We eat food, not fish. You guys know better. So don't stress them out. You don't do that no more. Mama will feed you. You no chase them, you hear me? You no chase them. I'm watching you. I swear my fish, not what I said. Look at food, okay? Food, not fish. Food. Yeah, chomp away. I think I'm gonna have to feed them less in one feeding and maybe feed them in the morning and then at dinner time. Because, night, Jack, be careful. Careful, Jack. These little fuckers wanna. You know, my koi's mouths are bigger than my Oscar's mouths. But koi don't really go after other fish. Oscars, I've given them feeders. Here we go with fish again. I've given them feeders. I've given them feeders. But I stopped giving them feeders a while ago. That was my own fault. But there's Jack. There's my Jack Dempsey. No complain. So are we good now? Are we good? I think I do have to do like some fish flakes. Hi, Rose. Hi. Tell everybody you're the monster. Tell everybody you're the monster. Hi, Joy. Hey, Joy. Maybe be around fish. Fish are extremely symbolic, guys. Extremely symbolic. Hey, you be nice to my Oscar. That's the convict. Hey, I'm not fucking with you. Not fucking with you. Little bitch, something I'm not fucking with you. All right, let me get back to the sweeting. But here's the little video you guys can watch for a minute while I just give them some flakes. That's one tank. You guys want a nibble? You guys want a nibble? Nibble, nibble. All right, got the pellets. Those Everybody's kosher. All right, we're all kosher. All good. We're working things out. Being an asshole. Oh, you want a fish? You want some? I almost said tapioca. You want? Let me just feed Joy Joy. I feel like maybe I should just wrap up the reeds. Oh, this is tilapia. I didn't know you had any tilapia left. Okay. Okay. Let's do that. Let's do this then. Hold up, buttercups. Let me wash my hands, because now I smell like fish. All right, let me see. Let me see. I can show you. I'll feed Joy Joy if she wants to eat. I will pour it for you. And I actually wanted. Hey, don't you jump out of that freaking tank! Fucking don't do it. I adore my fish. They get the right vitamins, protein, plants. I come across the right ones. So let's see. Oh, that's all. You interested in the fish? All right, Joy Joy. Ready, Fanny? Come over here and see Mama. Come over here and see Mama. Can't put it. I guess I can. You can see it. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. You want it? No. No? You want it? Are you going to jump? What are you going to do? Oh, so close, Georgia. Ah. Ah. There I go again. All right. I'm going to get it, Georgia. I'm going to get it. Mama has it. There you go. There you go. Try again. Huh? Why can't you just eat it like you normally do? Why you gotta fight? Good girl. Good girl. Mama loves you. That's my bass. Mama loves you. Yes, I do. I do want to see if my Oscars are going to eat a tiny piece of this. A little tiny. Yeah. What I got there? You try it? No? Go get it. Go get it. This would be the first time I would even attempt to give them this. Right? You want it? No? All right. I'm going to leave it in there because the Plecos will love it. All right, let me shut this down. You guys can watch this while I get my.
Ready? See mama. See mama. I guess we can. Come to you. Go forward. Want it? No. Want it? Are you gonna jump?
Want it? It's like Nemo.
What are you gonna do? Oh, so close, Georgia. Oh. Here I go. Yeah. Let's go.
No,
Going
I
to
do
get
think
it.
that fish for you guys is extremely symbolic.
There you go. Try again. Huh? Why can't you just like eat it like you normally do? Why you gotta fight? Good girl. Good girl. Oh, I love you.
Fish again. They're so symbolic, guys.
I do want to see if my Oscars are going to be a tiny piece of this. Used to be tiny.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. Lala. Are you our original Lala? Is this like our original Lala? Is this our ride or die bitch? Or is it a different one?
Yeah. This would be the first time I would even attempt to give them this.
Yay, it is you. Do you know Marsh was just mentioning that the other day? We were talking about something because I have you on the IG last time we were talking. And I was like, wow, yeah, I know Lala hasn't been on in a couple of years. She's doing her thing. She got married. She's, doing amazing. So I'm glad you popped in. I really am. So there is something definitely here that is very symbolic, guys. Let me see if I can get you a few more messages, and then maybe I can unplug this camera and we can talk for a few minutes. Anything else you want us to know? Patience. Your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, you need to be nurturing and patient. Prioritize. Focus on your highest priorities. I will get organized and motivated. Those are your highest priorities. Okay, not like work or this and that. Like it's either motivation or organization. And you could be struggling with both. Like I'm personally struggling with both. I don't have a problem telling you guys like I'm in this deep depression. Like it's not. The last year has been so fucking hard for me. Like 2025 was a hard year. Like it was still some great fucking times, but it was too much heartbreak when it comes to men, family, children. Anything else you need us to know? So your biggest thing right now is, again, like take action in something that you can take action in. There's no reason to sit around and not create. I know there's like this whole creative energy when it comes to things, in the sense of go on and create. But right now, you have a spiritual connection or a connection to God, a connection to faith that needs to be strengthened. And it's strengthened through courage and being assertive and taking action and going after something and being patient on yourself. Okay. Meditation could bring answers. Maybe find time to add that into your daily life. 10 minutes a day. You're definitely recovering. Ask your angels for help too. Talk to your angels. Talk to your guides, your spirit guides. If they're your angels, then you can call them your angels. I'm not going to lie. I know it pisses people off, but you know, angels don't have time to come sit next to you on a bench and shoot the fucking shit. I hate to say it. They have other things. Can they protect you from car accidents and that? Yes. Yes. Right. But realistically, see, there's something here. I don't know if you're diluting something. Like there's realistic energy and then there's unrealistic energy. And I hate to say it, like ask your angels, like, yes, but there's angels around you in many senses, but they don't have time to shoot the shit. And they only come in midst of crisis and, crises around the world, that type of stuff. But you can call your guides angels, so it does matter in the sense of how you perceive angels. And I shouldn't even be having this long, lengthy talk on fucking angels, but I believe in angel numbers. I believe in angels. I just know you only have certain angels that come out and help, or time in need, or a mercy take. We all know when you want to get into those. It's up to you. Yeah, this is taking your own action. So I like this better. It's like surrounded by angel wings. Forgiveness at the bottom of the board. I don't know if you're mad at something within the next few weeks. You might want to stop this, look for a sign. So something's coming in, and it might only take less than you think. It might take you 3 months to recover. You could think in like 3 days, but the way, ancestry, that type of stuff, Oh, Lala, what's going on, babe? I'm so sorry. You can hit me up through IG. I'm seeing 2020, even though it's 207. Within a couple weeks, things will be a lot better. But you still got to continue to be really patient with yourself in this time frame, okay? Oh my God, why do all these want to come out over there? And this isn't saying like you don't have love for yourself or this and that. It's a lot, right? So you got release. You're being asked to release any toxic people or situations in your life. You deserve to be free of all drama, and this is the first step for achieving that. Give. One of the best feelings that you can experience is given to others. When we do so, we feel lifted up in our lives, improve greatly because of someone else's happiness. Think of one way you can help another today, right? So you can always find your way out. Like this is like, take me. I do have to release this energy. I do have to take certain steps. I do love giving. It's what I love to do. It does make me feel better. Not all the time, but definitely a majority of the time. How'd it go?
Oh, I got it done.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Are you busy?
I'm wrapping this up in like 1 minute. Yeah.
I'll tell you about it. If you get trash.
Yep. All right. I'll be up in a minute, couple minutes. Release, give. There must be a card in here that has to do with that give. Have the courage, find the inner strength to face fear. So a lot of this is fear, and a lot of it does have to do with love, guys. I don't know. Oh, here we go again. Love. Can't make this shit up. I commit to seeing the practice in all good things, loving yourself, loving this, loving that. Like, if you go after what you believe and is true to you, who gives a shit about what others think, especially when there's a lot of us caught up in this energy. I don't even think this is like New Year's resolution. I don't even think like this is you like pondering and this is how my year went. I think this is just kind of very heavy and it's just all escalating right now. Okay. We are in a major new cycle, and almost astrologically with zodiacs, it's one of those years. It's going to be a really good year for everybody. It's not, oh, XYZ zodiac is going to have a tough year. Like, you don't know that unless you know your freaking chart or your life path. This is what I'm saying. There's so many things that you can go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into. It doesn't just have to be like one thing or one God. You know what I mean? It's one thought, if that makes sense. Been battling PSTO. Yeah. That's a tough one. I've been battling that since the car accident. Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not. And I still haven't even really gotten to the bottom of mine, but I have seen some Snapchats in the last few weeks that have come up with my old car, And for those who are new, I was in a really bad car accident 3 years ago. And I'm still dealing with that. I literally started physical therapy again today because I don't want spine surgery. And my therapist isn't even that hopeful, which is very discouraging, But yeah, it's a lot to absorb. And I got to go back to the hip doctor today because my hip from surgery hasn't been doing good since surgery, but I just assumed it was going to be sore here and there, but now I can't even sit on it a certain way. So this is what I'm saying. Like, you got to get your body in motion. And I know I got to get my body in motion too. I heard easier said than done, but that's not true. That's what I'm hearing too. You definitely just got to get things into motion here when it comes to what needs to be prioritized. I'd say your health. I definitely would say your faith. Those I'd say would come before work, even though work is key for some of you guys right now, but not in this factor, like not in the energy that we're seeing that's going to linger in December, right? That's why it's like, just take a break, regroup. If something pops up and it's not even like in any of your categories or any, like, look at that. Maybe you want to take a different direction. Maybe you have to take a pay cut and it sucks because, things are going to be tight or you don't want a second job. But how do you know you don't get promoted a month later and you're exactly where you need to be? Because that is how shit fucking works, and we know it. I'm gonna try. I'm trying real hard to stay intact right now. It's not easy for me, and I'm getting there. I know I'm gonna get there. I just don't want to do it the wrong way either by dismissing so many things, because there's a lot of stuff that can be dismissed here, right? I still believe in my guides. I still believe in faith like that, but it's finding my way back to be comfortable enough with it, or I'm not in like this shallow, petty, like, oh, why did this happen? Like, I know the car accident happened for a reason, because I was studying the freaking brain, They want to tell me it's post-concussion, but my last MRI says I have white matter that's gone. That's not normal. That's TBI. That's a traumatic brain injury. I've just been neglected almost from day one, and it's very frustrating, and I still feel like I have something there to work off of too, to kind of like put it out there, because I am where I am today with these struggles physically, because of multiple things that they didn't pick up on, multiple things that could have been. The doctors didn't want to take accountability for any of it. You know, it's just like, well, we were looking here. I'm sick of the bullshit. And it's so fucking overwhelming. And I'm getting in that energy again where it's like, oh, I fucking can't. Like, I don't even want to go to the doctors. I don't, why haven't I seen you? I was like, my neurologist. Because every time I come, you say you don't fucking know. And I'm tired of you telling me post-concussion when I'm clearly missing fucking white matter. Send me to Boston. On my way I go. So it's like putting your foot down too. And maybe if there is a health thing, maybe you want to pain in the ass to transfer all your stuff to like a new doctor. But in all reality, maybe you need a new doctor just to reevaluate everything. And then they can make a diagnosis in the sense of like a clear point of view. And then, hey, these meds, those meds. Like I took myself off meds. I took myself off gabapentin, like I took myself off of everything because it's too fucking much. The one thing I didn't take myself off of was Cymbalta because it helps with PTSD. And without that, I thought my kid was going to die every time they walked through the door, fear. So there's just like this overwhelming feeling when you can allow this comfort and just give yourself time to maybe accept things. I didn't want to take medicine for anything like that, but Cymbalta is also supposed to help fibromyalgia, and mine's been getting a little rough and kicking in with PT now, which is going to make it a lot harder. It might make it impossible for me to like get there. Like doing it every day might be too much. I don't know. I'm fucking sick of it. I'm determined to get to where I need to be. But that comes with patience and tolerance and acceptance, pursuing things, taking action. Who says you just got to do one thing at one time? You just got to remember, when you got to remember how to absorb certain energies here and doing it the right way. Gabapentin is heavy, maybe lethargic in a bad way. Yeah, at first it was very hard. Very, very hard. But then it started working. But then 6 months later, it's like I could still feel the nerve pain. So there was literally no point in gabapentin. It wasn't working for me. But I have pain every day, and I don't complain. But I will tell you, having pain every day does do a toll on my body, my mentality, physically, mentally. I'm not gonna lie. It's just how life can get. We're normal when it comes to this too. Even if you're a light worker or you're this or you're that, like I swear light workers experience more things than an average fucking human being because we're capable of explaining things a certain way or advising somebody a certain way, whether you do it yourself or not. I mean, I can't even tell you how many times I've gotten you guys out of situations, but not myself. Or I stay in it knowing it's karmic, but I'm doing it for me because I'm pleasing myself right now. But I will say every time I've done that, it's never really worked out. Keeping exes in my life, I had this whole experience in 2025 with friends, and I still feel like 2025 is like exes. Gotta go. These people gotta go. There's no business. There's no question. They betrayed you. They betrayed me. They betrayed you. You betrayed yourself. You get what I'm saying? Let that shit go. That's easier than you think. If you put enough time into yourself and make the right decisions mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually for yourself, I guarantee in your head, you'd say, oh, I'd leave that person anytime. But you held on for years. Shit like that, right? It's just this clearing has to happen in order for some type of physical evolution here. physical, mentally, spiritually. Duloxetine. Yeah, I think that's what they gave me last month. It'd be nice if we were taking unicorns, right? Is it like a muscle relaxer? I could have sworn that's what they gave me last month because the Flexerol just wasn't touching it. But if that's the medicine, I only take it when I need it in regards to muscle relaxants. But I want to say my doctor told me to take it every day, and I've been pondering it for a month, and I still haven't reached out to tell him that I don't take it daily. Yeah, Flexerol used to be the only thing that worked for me, and then it stopped working. And I think that's what the duloxetine, I think you're supposed to take it every day. I want to see if that's what I have. I'm pretty much done with this reading, guys. I'm just going to chat and talk. But I think that's something, Lola, I want to know if that's something I'm supposed to take every day. I literally can't find it. But I also have like, from my nerve damage, I also have like spasms at night. Like sometimes my legs will just like flinch. It tells me to take 160 in the days severe pain. It works for you. I want to say that's on my medication list. Is it an everyday medicine though? I've been trying to ask my doctor this for like, I swear, over a month, and I procrastinate. It's not that I procrastinate. It almost brings me back to the PTSD in the sense of this one thing fucked me up. I know.
I thought you were gonna be done.
I know. I kept talking.
Well, I gotta leave. I have to go to the fucking office. I just broke my fucking leg.
Okay.
Fucking crack. It's cracking.
All right, I will. Did you check the garage to see if there was any? Because I could have
I
sworn.
gotta go to the doctor.
Okay. All right. Because we do have spares in the garage, but that's okay. Oh. Oh, wait, that's Cymbalta. That duloxetine is Cymbalta. That's what I take. Okay, so it's the same thing. So they gave you the same thing for the fibro. And some days it helps, but now that I'm back to PT, I take that every day. I take the 160 too. I can't believe we can't go up anymore. It sucks. But then that's how you know we're dependent on medicine too. And you know, I hate to say it, like I am dependable on some medicine. I am dependable on my trazodone. I am, you know, I'm not gonna lie, you know, but once I find my way out of my own way, I'll be okay. So it's like my mind knows I shouldn't really be taking anything else. So if, you know, if medication plays a big part in this read for some of you guys too, you know, do be smart about what you take. The Cymbalta for me was supposed to be for the fibro, but for me, it takes away the thought of the car accident and how did I, you know, spin 2 times and weave out of all that traffic and then end up on the other side of the road 20 feet down the street. You know, I battled that at night for months and months and months and months trying to figure it out until the doctor's like, you can't keep waking up like this. Like, you have to try something. And I did, and it was the Cymbalta. And the Cymbalta ended up working for me in that regards versus fibro. My fibro is not every day. My fibro kicks in like randomly. Like, I'm surprised I got through these cards because this was so sore last night. It is feeling a little better. And fibromyalgia, guys, sucks. Like, it almost feels like I sprained my wrist or I broke my wrist. It's not like a made up fucking fabricated fucking disease. Like, it's debilitating, guys, sometimes. You know, it's like typing. I still can't hold my phone for a certain period of time before that kicks in, you know. So it's life. Okay. That's what I'm getting. Like, these are life scenarios. You're going to find your way out. You have to put more effort into self-motivation, whatever that is for you. You know, you love music, but you haven't been putting it on. That's how I know when I usually get depressed too. Like, I don't listen to music. Can't be bothered with music in the car, like certain things. I know there's certain habits in my life that I do too, and that doesn't give me any more motivation. You know, all it is stalling, really, at the end of the day. Oh, it's so painful. I had no idea how painful it would be some days. It feels like a broken bone, guys, some days, but there's no bruising, there's no swelling, there's no nothing. It's your joints. It's 10 times worse than fucking arthritis. It's because I used arthritis cream last night. I used another cream that's a prescription cream that didn't even work. You know, Tylenol didn't work. Motrin didn't work. So it's one of those things. If you can't find something that works for you, it's going to be tough, and it can get the best of you. And on top of that, I have CRPS, you know, so it's like chronic pain. Like, it's actually called the suicide disease because people can't tolerate it anymore. Pain will mentally fuck you up if you allow it to. Depression will mentally fuck you up if you allow it to. You know, sometimes we get into these energies and it's okay. I am hearing that somebody kind of wished ill upon you, but that's going to come back tenfold on them in the sense of they're fucked for the next few years. Especially if it's like Google witchery. Yeah, there's so many people out there doing witchery as spells, or, you know, it's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. If you're not doing it out of a love or love for the earth or love, like, you shouldn't be doing spell work at all. You want to work for the dark? Go ahead. But the dark isn't going to lift you up, and the light's not going to be there when you actually want it. You know, it's because you work with dark energy because you're a nasty bitch. So there probably is somebody here that is trying to attempt some type of spell work, but I don't see it working. But it is a message that just came out. This could have been a year ago, 6 months ago. I have haters, guys, that would wish, you know, me ill, my mother ill. Like, you don't think karmically that's gonna come around and smack that bitch in the face? You're fucking crazy. That bitch thinks she's more powerful than that because it's not even, there's no competition here. Whoever's doing spell work is gonna backfire. But I feel like there could be a karmic member here attempting to do spell work, not to get you back. Like, someone's trying to bind somebody, so be careful there. I don't think it's going to work, because this is telling me, when I'm speaking about my powerful connections, and don't think it's not going to come back around because you didn't get smacked in the face the first time around. It doesn't work like that. Karma can be delivered at any time. 2 years, 3 years, 3 hours. Okay. I'm still hearing the woman that fell out the window, the feminine that fell out the window, guys, karmically. I don't think she was pushed, anything like that. It didn't remind me of suicide. It's been coming in and out of the reads. It's almost like somebody's drunk, or they slip and fall or something. Like a building or an elevator collapse. Like, the way somebody is being taken out, that's been coming in for a while. I don't know what that's about. I want to get out of it. But it does feel like someone's trying to bind somebody, which is extremely unfortunate, because there's no need. If somebody is meant to be in your life, you think you need magic? You think you need to pray? Or do this or do that? No matter how much you pray, it doesn't mean it's going to go your way, because it's not what is meant for you. So if your life is in like this whole smorgasbord, whatever they're trying to get me to say, take that energy out of the fucking equation. I wouldn't dare do a spell for somebody to come back and love me, or be with me, or meet a new person. Like, oh hell no. The only time I've used spells was to benefit me with releasing things and writing things down on paper, folding it up, putting it on the closet, but like things like that. Cleansing my house. I don't wish people ill. I got people that say, "Oh, I hope to jump off a bridge," and it's like, you'll never hear anything like that come out of my mouth. Like, it's just not a thing. I have too much love for humanity to ever wish ill upon anybody else. When that energy catches up to you, it's not magic. It's your karma. And for those that work through it the right way, you're good. You're golden. So I'm telling you, there's been karmic energy here for a little while now. I work with karma, guys. It's always going to be there. But I also heal karma. And that's why a lot of us, went through the fucking ringer to get there. And it wasn't easy. And pat my shoulder all fucking day for that, because that was one of the biggest struggles in my life, was learning how to set things aside. Or if it was the right thing to set aside, because there's so much fear here too. So people aren't just held back by one mental thing or one object or one person. It's your entire mentality. So if your whole life is a little off balance right now, the best thing you can do is make the best decisions for you when it comes to people, places, and things. Release certain energies. You're being asked to release any toxic people or situations from your life. You deserve to be free of drama. And this is the first step of achieving it. And I remember I met somebody one time, and the first thing they said to me, like, just don't bring drama. I don't like drama. And then come to find out, he fucking thrives off drama. Some people thrive off drama. He was one of those people that just thrived off drama. And I thought it was so ironic that was like one of the first things he had said to me, that I probably took in a very insultive way. Like, why would you think I would even bring fucking drama? Well, we're not fucking teenagers. We're not this, So people look at things from different points of views, right? You got to take that into consideration. You know, if it feels toxic or it's a situation that is bringing hurt or pain or lies or sabotage, like, you do let that go. If you really want something, you go after it. I don't know if you've questioned yourself so many times or doubted so many different situations where it just makes more sense for you to focus on what really needs to be focused. This is also telling me, you know, when the right people come into your life as well, and you get rid of the wrong people, your life changes significantly. Significantly, guys. If you're with the wrong person and this never worked out, that's because you're with the wrong person. You stay with somebody after they cheat. I've been there and done that with my ex-husband. Shit like that, guys. You gotta, you know, it's not worth it. It's not worth to suffer because of somebody else's words or projections. Maybe you feel something's filled with drama here and it's too much, you know, but it feels more than just drama, guys. The Five of Wands hasn't come out in the last few reads. This is more about manipulative energy, sabotage, holding back, not sure what to do. But your soul knows what to do. You know what to do. It's just us not making the right decisions sometimes, or procrastinating because there's fear, or it's going to upset other people, you know. Too bad, so sad. At the end of the night, I want that ride or die. I can get through anything with having that energy around me. I would feel like I can conquer the fucking world. And that's a blessing. I can, you know, I could do that with my kids, but it's different with a partnership. And I think it took, I do have high expectations in a way, and I think it took me a very long time to figure out certain things. I had a lot of fun in the meantime, but I guarantee there was more pain than there was fun. Or the pain was at the top of the list versus the fun being at the bottom with pros and cons, you know, and we do it to ourselves, but we can find our ways out of this. And for some of you, it's an animal, a person, a loved one, an ancestor, a physical person. But you also need to release other people. This is about your own peace. Will somebody else be pissed and maybe cause drama? I kind of see that a little bit, but at the end of the day, you put your fucking foot down. That shit don't linger, guys. You make that decision. If you leave it up to the fucking air to make that choice, you don't know. You're going north, south, east, or fucking west. I don't even know how you would know your fucking ass from your elbow if that's how this is going down. You know? So you are battling mentally, emotionally, physically. It's straining, it's exhausting, it feels like burdens. You know, there's so much pain, there's, you know, it's again, commit to the practice of seeing all good things, you know, especially with love. Find the courage, face your fear. There's a soulmate here, and it could just be a best friend. It could be a work employee. You know, there could be a massive age difference here, and people are like, that's creepy. Or this, who cares? If it's not a creepy scenario, who gives a shit? And the two of you are like, who cares? Then so be it. Remember, you know, Ash, a lot younger than me, 12 years. But I never saw the age difference or the age interference unless it came down to something that would involve, you know, some type of drama. And then you would see it, you know, but besides that, it's like hanging out with people that resonate with my soul. It's not an age thing. I have older friends, younger friends. Some people always found that like weird, but it's not. It's my friends, I connect with their souls. If there's not a soul connection, you're not my friend. And I want to say maybe that's just me, but if you think about it, I think that's the way it should be. Could be wrong. But does it make sense to be friends with somebody that you don't have a soul connection? You might have a karmic tie, like, oh, we've done this before, I love you, this and that. But that's different. That's a different type of hold. We were meant to be, we were supposed to get married, we were supposed to have this future, we were supposed to build, you know. Well, guess what? Because you stuck through it for so long, trying and trying and trying. Now it's like learning the hard way, and it's taken. It'd be taken from you. It's that simple. Or you have to be strong enough to let it go. Whatever this is for you. And if you're the one that needs to say something to somebody, say it. If you're the one where somebody else needs to say something, don't count on it. And that's not me being an asshole. Okay? That's me as your reader reading your energy and this energy or their energy and what you're picking up on. You know, their hesitation should not be your hesitation for anything. People love making people feel like, you know, or maybe I do want to work it. No, but you know what? That's because you planned it. You saw a future with somebody. That's how shit works. You saw yourself with this person. I don't want to get divorced. You know, I don't want to be like my parents. Hello? Hello? Shit like that. Didn't I just say something about parents? I don't know. Or something with parents. You know, this can be you're finding out something about your mother. And it's like, oh my God. Or you know what I mean? It's like life's tales I hear, but like in a very meaningful way. This isn't about other people, guys. And the more people keep placing other people in certain scenarios, woulda, coulda, shoulda, where are you going to get? Where are you going to get in life if you're relying on somebody else to be that person? Or things like that. Just know when it comes to work or whatever's going on here, there is a situation, maybe it felt like a one-night stand or it's just down low, but I feel like there's a lie here, which seems to be an issue too. Or somebody didn't clarify something, or they let you think something. What is this love affair? Or maybe you're just like, I don't want to be someone's dirty little secret or this and that. Like, fuck that shit. You got to hold yourself up. Yeah, see, salty, bitter, petty. So this could be you. This could be somebody else. Rumors, gossip. That's what I'm saying. Like, somebody wants to talk about you, and if they don't know about you, they want to talk about you as if like you exist. People's intuitions are typically always right. You know, and then if you ask a question to see if someone's lying or telling the truth, like they can be just as sneaky, and it's going to be hard for you to make the right decision because this is an energy that wants to pull you back in. So be careful, because it's karmic energy that wants to pull you right the fuck back in. But if you ask me, they can't. So what's happening here is someone's not drawing the line. And if you're not going to draw that line and make decisions, then you're going to continue to be stuck in this energy. Established, settled, secure, wealthy. You know, you're not, and that's what I'm kind of saying. Like, you're not going to be able to establish jack shit with being somebody's secret, or, you know, somebody's petty or angry, or you want to keep it a secret because somebody else will be upset. No, that's a blockage. That's a fucking blockage, guys. That's what we call that. That's not reality. It's a fucking blockage. You want to establish something, you have the power to do it. You want to confuse yourself along the way and say, you know, Does it love me? Does it love me not? Does it love me? Does it love me not? Does it love me? Then, so be it. How about we stop picking flowers and I love myself. I am beautiful. I am worthy. I give this petal to humanity. I give this petal, to earth. I give this petal, yada, yada. Okay. Separation, ghost, distance. Tell me about one more for glow up, please. And maybe you do have to create distance to have this new career, successful business, a new opportunity, a partnership, feminine energy, gentle, nurturing, mothering. That's what you have with the Queen of Cups there and the Empress. That seems to be the energy that people crave. It is the energy that you have. So maybe you should embody it, get away, relax. I was just planning a trip up March for the end of February. No, I feel like I should go a lot sooner. But that could just be a thought holding me back. If I clear my mind, or I fix this first, or I work on this first before I work on other things, we're all going to hold ourselves back. This is a situation where life's an uproar and it's chaotic and it's heavy, it's happy, it's fun, it's busy. But everybody here is forgetting about themselves in a certain way because they're distracted by works, kids, recitals, sport, whatever the case may be, whatever you tell yourself here. But you are going to push through this. And when you do get back into this feminine, loving energy for those who deserve to have that quality of you, have fun. Have fun with this energy. And it could be an energy within you because life's about to drastically change. And it looks like, right now it's like, it feels like you're stumbling, like stumble in, but stuff's more solid than you think. You just can't see it because your focus is on the wrong thing. Again, I can't stress enough, at the end of the day, this is your energy. This is your life. This is your decision. Nobody has the right to question your decision. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people that want to know why, you questioned your decision. But they're seeing the long run, the success, the faith, the promises you made to yourself, things like that. There's no need to tell somebody, this is who I'm going to be, wait and see. No, that's you trying to prove something to somebody else. You don't have to prove jack shit to anybody else. At the end of the day, if this is your person and this is where you feel the love and the inspiration, and there's nothing better than that. It's such a beautiful feeling of authenticity. So maybe you start with that as well. I made a promise to somebody that I won't swear or tell somebody to fuck off, this and that. I'm real good at doing that. And for the last month, I'm definitely proud of myself because I haven't. So it's almost like, in a way, he made an impact on my life. But I mean, this is somebody who's already made an impact on my life. So I guess that doesn't really say much for that. But more in a positive way. But I'm never, it's like I got a trucker's mouth. Like I'm never going to watch my mouth to please somebody else, or you swear too much. I've met people like that. Oh, that person with no drama, you swear too much. Or we don't swear around the kids. Well, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Like, I grew up, there's always swears. I didn't even know a swear was a fucking swear word. Probably until I went to school. Shit like that, to be quite honest with you. So I'm here and take accountability for your own fails, your own losses, your own feelings. It's not somebody else. And if you're going to sit here and be like really hard on yourself, that's unfortunate because it's going to cause pain. And I do it to myself too, guys. Like I said, when I say I'm struggling, like this is a struggle I've never battled before. Yeah, people are worried about me. Not in the sense of like, oh, committing suicide or anything like that, but mental health and other stuff. Yeah, absolutely. And as much as I appreciate them looking out, at the same time, it's like I can't even deal with the phone calls. Like, how are you today? What are you doing? Or, you know, did she answer the phone? Did she not answer the phone? You know, I heard my dad and sister talking the other day. Well, Mia overheard my dad and my sister talking the other day, and he's like, well, I don't know. Every time I go down there, she's in bed. You know, I'm not in bed all day, guys. I promise you, I'm not, you know, and my bed is actually, there's a position that I can only find in my bed that will relieve the pain for 5 or 10 minutes before I get back up. So again, it's okay for other people to worry. But when other energies are being projected, you know, making it sound like it could get worse, or maybe that's just me thinking, maybe I'm naive and it could get worse. You know, I don't think so. I got a good head on my shoulder, guys, and I know I'm going to find a way out. And nobody put me here but myself. And I think it, like I said, like what I do next, you know, unfortunately, I really had to experience some of this shit because the way I'm going to find my way out of this is exactly the way you guys are going to find your way out of things with my next business. But it's almost like I'm forced to use my own tactic. And that's hard, guys. It's a struggle. It's like, why can't I just do it? Because if I just did it, maybe I wouldn't be able to relate. Right? You got to think things through. Not a coincidence. And for people that have been with me a long time, you know as fuck sure as I do, like not a coincidence I got in a car accident. Not a coincidence this happened. Not a coincidence. Like everything has played out exactly how it's supposed to play out. It's just taken a lot longer. You may think it will take yada, 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 or, you know, mine has been a longer path than I would have liked, you know, the last 3 years with my physical health and mental health. My physical health takes a toll on your mental health. And I don't sit there and like, oh my God, I'm in so much pain today. Like you hear the doctors all say like, well, what are you doing? Are you meditating? Are you doing this? Are you focusing on the pain? No, bitch. I'm not focusing on the pain. It's just fucking there. Next. Stop telling me I'm doing this to myself. Because sometimes the doctors don't make the situations any easier either. And then you get fed up like me and you stop going to the doctors because you don't give a fuck anymore. Because you're always in pain every day. I could have fucked my hip up a year ago and I just didn't have it in me to go to the doctors. Because I'm so sick of misdiagnosing me to the point where there's actual mentally and physical damage, not to mention like spiritually damaging myself because of all the mental and physical damage. I hope that makes sense to you guys, you know. And the last year's been even harder. I mean, it's got to be obvious to you guys. I haven't really been on YouTube yet. It has a lot to do with like my mother and the other deaths and certain things. But me, if I don't feel motivated or if I don't feel like I haven't even really been motivated, I just came on because I was like, you know what? I haven't been on in a while. I got to start something. And then when I did that read, I was like, okay, I'm not doing this. Like it's unrealistic. Yes, I've been in this situation. Yes, I know exactly what you guys are going through. Do I think we need to go through this again and learn this lesson all over again? Nope. And if anything changes, it's either on their end or your end, right? But we don't wait around to see if something's gonna appear out of fucking thin air because the feelings are real. That doesn't mean they're real to somebody else. Like instance, my twin, you know, what I was feeling. I mean, this spiritual path I took, like, what? And I was like, how could you not feel it? I know he felt it, but he felt it differently. And not the way I felt it. Mine came from my soul, my past life. Like, this was pain that makes my heart ache. Like, been here, done this, you know, and I'm just still forever thankful that, you know, speaking about this the last couple of days, that we agreed in this lifetime to even meet up and be this type of catalyst for each other. That doesn't mean it has to end up being a bad thing at the end of the day. Two catalysts on the same page. I mean, you can't fucking go wrong. You're going to help the world. You're going to help other energies around you. You can be that couple that just, you know, people smile at and it just lightens up their day because they can see something in your eyes, or, you know, it's that type of empowerment. It's not for your own personal benefit. Each individual affects the world with their thoughts and their actions. You can choose to live in that world, or you can choose to create your own. And I don't think you're stupid for doing it. I don't think you're crazy for doing it. I don't think you're, you know, mentally not sane for creating your own world. If I never created my own world, I sure as hell wouldn't have the strength and wisdom to speak upon this stuff. My world, I create it. I'm not ignoring all the shit stuff, but this is stuff that is not getting solved right now. So it makes no sense for you to put yourself in the hole with everybody else when there's no fucking solution. The only solution is for you to take yourself out of that energy and you create your world. Who you want in it, what you want to do with it, how you want to feel, what empowers you. Because we're stronger than any faith, any political point of view, any fear. We're stronger than that. We have the one thing the government can't take from us, but it's being taken because people are still living in today's world, watching news, watching stocks, watching this, instead of coming home, relaxing, enjoying the family, enjoying the quiet time, sitting on the couch, taking a walk. We work too hard not to come home and enjoy the things you love to enjoy at night, or spend it with somebody that you know you're gonna have a good night with. Like that type of stuff. You've got to make smarter decisions. And if you're stuck on a comic and then somebody who really is authentic, that doesn't mean anything's going to aspire from any of it. Like it's just kind of like it's still being stuck. What do? I'm not making a choice. You know, don't want this, but that I mean this. That. You're only stopping yourself from proceeding and helping your own mentality, your own faith, physical manifestations. Like some say 1818, some people say fibromyalgia is a physical manifestation. Well, if it is, I'd love to learn how to shut it off. But you know what? The doctors say, I don't know how, which is like bullshit. They want to use meditation. They want to use spiritual stuff. Everybody needs to get out of the spiritual fucking world that don't fucking belong there and start telling people what it's like to be woke or XYZ. This is shit we already know. You're not going to take this away from our era of doing what we are trying to do, because tarot hasn't been the same in hundreds of years. And I knew that. And I came back to talk about that. We've been doing it the wrong way. And if we're doing something the wrong way and we're playing a game and we're just on here for societal reasons or for views, you're not going to find success at some point in your life. But if you start to incorporate things the right way and going about things the right way, you're going to surpass all that shit. I'm going to leave this at 1818, spiritual meaning of 1818. Balance, new beginnings, manifestation. It's like everything I just said. Signaling that your positive thoughts and actions are attracting prosperity and success. Also linked to the number 1 and the infinite flow of the number 8, suggesting divine nudge to trust your intuition for financial growth or potential twin flame reunion or harmony in relationships. This is a sign to stay persistent and welcome this new transformation. I mean, and go fucking figure. I just said the whole twin flame thing and readers, it's been driving me bananas. It's not a twin flame in another realm. Not here, guys. That's made up. Could somebody have gotten that idea from a person or this and that? Yeah, but they're relying on one person. It's like the Bible, relying on one God. Just this time in this life. Right? So if there's a twin flame here, I don't even know how lucky you are because it'd be rare. But if that's the case, the two of you are meant to do bigger things, to help the world, to help people, to help the community, things like that. It wouldn't be for your own emotional need that right now. Having that unconditional, some of you, just try to stay sane. Honestly. Because it is what it is. But 1818, hold that right now is powerful. This number of empowerment too. So stay true to who you are and go after what it is you want and do your best not to wonder or ponder why not this, why not that. If you already made your decisions, don't re-question your decision. If it comes back at you for a particular reason, then obviously evaluate it, but don't keep it stagnant. Don't what if. There's that what if energy right now with what's going on physically. It's like manifesting your own pain in a way because no one's taken action in regard to certain things. It was just 03. It was just 30303. Okay. So you're more than welcome to look that up. But this does talk about a new beginning, a new mindset, a release. Enjoy it. Have faith if something or someone or a situation comes back around. For those who are deep in this, I don't think you need to worry about the karmics. Even though the karmics are there, I think your brain and your intuition is telling you the right direction. I really, truly feel that, especially with my whole reading and wrapping it up. It's like you can't make this shit up. It's just one after another, confirmation after confirmation, guys. So new beginnings, manifestation, positive thoughts, actions, and attracting. Because if your thoughts aren't positive towards, certain things, your thoughts are manifestation, guys. And we forget about that shit. And it's the truth. So don't stay in it for too long. Do your best to just get through it every day. I'm doing my best to get through it every day. I promise you guys, I'm trying my hardest. It's hard as fuck, but I'm trying so much. And I will succeed. I will make it. I will get there. And it was meant to take the amount of time it's supposed to take, because I got to get there the right way in order to really be able, I just say 18 again, 18, to really get to where you want to be. You got to incorporate other aspects of your life. I've been readers telling me for years and years and years, you know, psychics, and I'm psychic myself, but every time I go and see particular readers, they tell me about all my family and, you know, you're the only one I know that has this many guides. That makes me feel very special and worthy and powerful. And they're there with me. They see me through all this. You know, I work with the pendulum. Pendulum lies too, because these are things you have to go through to get to where you need to be. So if you can just start with the little things and incorporate in things. Oh, that's what I was going to say in the psychic thing. They always say, like, why do you not meditate? Why do you not take 10 minutes out of the day and just meditate, or, you know, color, whatever, you know, and, or have like a setup on your dresser, like a sacred spot, you know, and I know I should, you know, but again, I give advice and sometimes don't follow it. And well, that's just life, guys. It doesn't mean that we won't, but this is just time for, you know, recognition. You are the most talented, accurate psychic. In the first video I ever found years ago, we had this and elephants. Yeah. Still the same person. Some people don't like my psychic abilities. It scares them. But I'm more powerful than fear. And I know I'm going to get there. And I know I need to experience these challenges that I hadn't experienced before in order to really help the collective. And it sucks and it hurts and it's painful. But what I do next and how I speak upon what I'm speaking about and creating, it's coming from a place of knowledge. And I know when it takes off, thousands of people are going to start doing it because there's science behind it, and that's okay. But I know there's something behind my words and my voice and my soul that matters. There's no AI here. I can make life real easy and do that and turn it over. But people aren't going to heal. People aren't going to see it a certain way if they're not educated or have enough background on me or this and that. This is something where it's like, I'd have to go on like Jimmy Kimmel, or I'd have to go on something, or, you know, 5 o'clock news, or, you know, somebody brings it up and it grabs the world's attention. And that's, to me, that is how something has to go down, because it does have to circulate, and you have to know who I am, what I've gone through, what struggles we've shared, and things I'll probably still go through. But because I know that pain, I will be able to heal. I heal karma. I can heal you. I'm a healer. And I have a pretty fantastic way of how I'm going to do it. So I'm not going to rush it for me. And I don't think it's procrastination. I think it's the right time is the right time. And I know there's power behind my voice, and there's power behind what I'm doing. So with that being said, I wish everybody the best. And honestly, please remember, forgive yourselves for hurting people, or being a nasty bitch or a fucking dickwad. You know, forgive yourself for dealing with that stuff, and start looking at your life as, you know, it's your life matters. It's so much more than you think. We got to get out of this whole stigma of religion and politics and this and that, and letting it affect our lives. And I know for a fact it does. I'm a Democrat. Last person I was seeing was I almost said Dominican. I'm a Republican and they're a Democrat. That's a huge factor for me. But I got to use my own advice. My own advice has to tell me, like, at the end of the day, you can't let politics and religion and other things get in the way of a soul connection. You guys will find a way to work around that without arguing, without drama, without having to feel the need to battle yourself. What's right? What's wrong? No, can't live like that, guys. And unfortunately, in society these days, we have to play by the rules when it comes to getting a job or doing this or doing that. And I've been saying, what, for 5 years when I worked at the hospital, 6 years, 5 years, I've been saying to you guys, like, I'm so done dealing with this corrupt industry. It breaks my heart. Like every day, it's just, I can't work. It's so broken, but we're forced to work, right? But we also have public platforms. You can find a way. It's not impossible. And for right now, if you're struggling, just please create your own world right now. Stop fantasizing or, picturing what it's going to be like in a month from now. We only have today. And if we're real fucking lucky, we have the opportunity to succeed in life when it comes to love and money, the two most powerful things on this earth. Music is one of them, but people don't want to see that yet. But love and money, most powerful things. If you don't find the balance, you will never have one or the other. And I'm hearing that's the goddamn fucking truth. And I don't like it. That's like, to me, using the Lord's name. I can't stand that shit. My kids say JS, I want to fucking strangle them. I can't stand that shit. Have some respect. Stop blaming it on other people. You might as well just say fuck. Why you gotta say God damn it? Oh God, you know what I mean? Like our words are fucking spells. I really need that to click. Do research from when the alphabet was even created. The alphabet, like, literally is a spell. It spells out spell or something like that. I'm almost positive. What do they say about that alphabet being a spell? Arranging symbolic letters, creating powerful, influence your reality. I wanted it from the beginning of time. I'm talking like, spelling is actually casting a spell. It really is with each letter, especially when you work with a pyramid. So this is what I'm saying. Like, we manifest through our thoughts. You don't even have to say them out loud. If you can just remind yourself, wake up every day and realize you make that first impression on yourself. It's your perspective. It's what you perceive, how you want to perceive it. You want to perceive it a different way, or you just want it to keep being what's the word? It's not perceiving. I'm not quite sure what the word is they're trying to have me find here, but it brings me back to the second you open your fucking eyes, you're creating your thoughts. You're perceiving how your day is going to go. And sometimes it's just, it's wrong. It's ass backwards. I will give you one clip from what I'm doing next, and is what I got pulled to. So in the sense of our retinas, like literally, like when we wake up, this is literally how this works. Okay. Once the light this is very important, guys. Okay. Once the light hits our retinas at the back of our eyeballs, it's converted into electrical signals that then has to travel to your visual processing system in the back of our brains. From there, the signal travels forward through our brains, constricting what we see, creating our perception of it. So our perception is now how you slept or what type of day am I going to have. This is the energy that you're going to carry throughout the day. All right. So 5 perceptions: visual, scent, touch, sound. But what's bigger here is the perception is what you interpretate. Think about understanding a situation, a thought or a memory, a person, an object. So our perception turns into perspective, which is our point of view with your thoughts. So you can wake up and be like, yes, it's going to be a fucking great day. Or you can wake up and be like, ugh, I'm dreading today. Or you can wake up and the birds aren't chirping and it's raining, right? And rain can change your day. Some people don't do good with the rain. Okay. I've been studying for almost 5 years, but heavy for 3, heavy for like 2. I broke down everything in the brain. This is knowledge we all should have that we don't have. I don't remember anyone in school telling me the minute I wake up, I make my own decision. Even as a child, what decision do I have? I got to go to school. I got to do this. My mom tells me this is what I'm eating for lunch. But we're all capable of changing. All you got to do is take that perception of what it's going to be and turn it into a new perspective. Your point of view. How you want your fucking day to go. According to you. That's why I say, and I'm not lying, we have the one thing that is most important, and we make our own decisions. That's our amygdala, guys. With the news and the way things are put out there and societal viewpoints and judgments and just living in a world today instead of creating your own fucking world, instead of being a victim of having to make this much money so you can retire and this and that. Like, you don't got to worry about that shit. That's like stuff we're not even supposed to be worrying about, guys. You 17, we find what we want to do in life. You will be provided for. And that's the truth. And if it comes from your soul, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Right? So are you going to allow your own thoughts to cause you pain and make decisions that aren't right for you? Or stopping you from making right decisions or wrong decisions? Be who you are at the end of the day and enjoy that with people who enjoy you. Everything else can be worked out, guys. Stop listening to all the news and it's depressing and this and that, but you got to know what's going on in the world. No, the fuck you don't. No, the fuck you don't. You got to know what's going on in your fucking world and how you find your way out of this fucking mousetrap. Because you can. It's not fucking impossible. I love you guys to death. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will be on more often. It's just my way of getting back into things, slowly but surely. And you can watch the news and know what's going on, guys. Like, that's okay. But when it affects the decisions you make next, that's not living. I could go to this country and this country, and my dad would be like, oh, that's a country you'd never even make it out of, or they can hold you hostage and this and that. And it's like, I don't worry about that when I'm traveling. I take into consideration things when I'm traveling, obviously. But for a country and places and desires and historical reasons and why I want to go here and visit this, it's it's not even really to have fun. It's more, I know the fun's going to be there because my soul just wants to mesh with the fucking ground, the dirt, the skies, ancestral things. You know, that's where I find my power. That's where my craves come into play. That's why I thrive. When I stop feeling energies like that, nothing can fucking hold you back. The ground these days, it's hard to fucking ground depending on where you are. You know, the fucking power lines, all that shit. Take your backyard, salt it. You know, do something, like something. Cleanse it. This is your field. It doesn't belong to anybody else. Put crystals in the field zone. Block that shit out so you can fucking connect to earth. Trees are like one of the most important things people can connect to. And then it's just like all of a sudden, you know, plants, they were here first to provide us medicine, nutrients, etc. You can live off Mother Earth. Now it's just a little harder because you got to find, you know, untapped territory or, you know, become a farmer. Maybe you don't have a green thumb. That's okay. Learn, because we don't want to be in all this other stuff when you can grow it yourself. You know, we should be worshiping Gaia. We should be worshiping Earth, not a fucking god. Earth. That will provide everything we fucking need as soon as you find your way out. And that's the truth. Have a great day, guys. I love you. Love you so much. Bye, guys.